video here, and I have the audio here, I should say. I don't have the video, but let's show it one more time, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a picture so you understand it, okay? Because it doesn't seem like audio works for you, but I know, as a former teacher, that there's different types of learning. There's visual learners, there's auditory learners, there's learners that do better when they're actually working on something with their hands, like experiments in chemistry, shit like that. So we'll go for that after. But let me play this again and tell me again, 50, how you were not in that live, okay? And I don't want to hear the excuse either. Oh, I came in late because I was somewhere else. Okay, but you're still commenting on it. So let's play the videotape.
Seats of you, girl. Okay, so my thing is, though, Sunshine, ain't Casey a woman? It was a glass D, girl.
I want to have to work for that shit, not just be fucking handed right over.
So, 50, you want to work for that shit and not have it handed right over. That was you, right? Well, let's listen to the rest of it, because Bougie looks like she's a filthy whore, what she's talking about. So let's hear that.
It ain't no different from a plastic.
How disrespectful to your husband, though, that you want to go fuck a woman, dude, with a glass dick. That's so fucked up. That's like a woman leaving a man for a woman. That's fucking disrespectful. If she want to come up, she can.
No, because I got my woman.
But that's a flex for you as a married woman. That's a flex.
Wow. I told you the standards are very low where she's at.
Oh. Hey, you got my white flag, baby.
Honey, it sounds like everybody's got your white flag, baby.
I'd be real curious what your husband has to say without you telling him what the fuck to say, frankly. I'm sure he don't know all you'd be doing.
Hey, I see why you got a lot of haters down there, Cactus Throat.
Oh, Lord. Thank you, Sarah. Is that what your...
Yeah, how did Bougie misgender? Was she calling the person a she? I mean, I know somebody referred to him as an it a couple times, but what did Bougie, was it a she? Yeah, okay, so misgendering, okay, yeah, but Scam did that, and I spoke against the community, okay.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, you 10 years deep in a lot of other motherfuckers. You got 10 years deep in your mouth by a lot of other motherfuckers, though, so I wouldn't be bragging about that shit, girl.
Oh,
the fuck?
As a lesbian woman, I want a woman
You got 10 years of
women.
God
I got his fucking number, but I sure talked to his sister.
She's a veteran.
Two more girls. Go.
Hey, 50 with the 50-gallon hat.
What up, 50?
Whoa, wait a minute. Was that Bougie and FWA saying, welcome in, 50? Now, this was obviously before he made those comments. But tell everybody again, Bougie, how 50 wasn't in there. What did he do? He threw his voice? So you said he was in other lives. So he threw his voice from one live to another live, but his body wasn't in there, huh? Got it. So now, let me get a piece of, well, I think I can use this piece of paper here. Okay. So, let me get this picture here. Okay, so, 50. Okay, let me draw this picture. Now, I'm gonna draw it as simply as I can. Okay. This is a baseball, and we're going to call this 50, okay? And what you've been doing is bouncing around to other boxes, and you have been lying to people, and so has, those are the worst lips ever, but it doesn't matter because hers are pretty bad. So has Bougie. The audio equals your voice. FWA says, hey, 50 with the 50-gallon hat. Okay? So you see that now, 50? So tell me again. Tell me again, 50, how you weren't in there. Okay? So what I'm going to tell you to do is shut all the way off. Because honestly, I wasn't even going to waste my time with you because you are not at all relevant to anything. You bounce around constantly to boxes claiming you're the victim. They're saying lies about me. They're saying lies about me. Watch the video. Listen, if you need me to walk you through the video 50, I will be more than happy to do that. Okay? Gotcha. So, okay. There was a live last night, another one on Guardians of Valor. Okay. I have, since their first live, and I'm talking specifically about Checkmate, Rammer Jammer was in there, Adam came in later, Fallon was in there. Now, I went into a box because I heard too many times where they said, well, there's other creators on here that have had him in boxes. And there are other creators, awareness creators, that were in his boxes in lives. Now, somebody had said that, oh, well, he was live the next day after our live, meaning Guardians of Valor. Now, it wasn't clear if she was saying Gov was live like over the weekend after their live, or she was talking about something else. So I went in there for clarification, okay? So this is how this, in a nutshell, happened. Now, I want to also say about a half hour after I got into the live, Adam came up into a box. And I'm going to talk about him in a few minutes. But so I go in the live and there's chit-chatting. And then one of the awareness creators says something to the extent of, oh, Scammyclaus is here. Dead silence. So I go up in a box and I say, good evening, everybody. How are you? Nothing. Nothing. So I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? I'm just going to start talking. I'm like, nope. I'm gonna make them acknowledge the fact that I am in the box. So finally, someone said, like, good evening. So I asked about what live they were talking about, and they said it was the one in September. And I said, oh, okay, yes, I do remember he went live the next day because, according to him, he was at some event. He couldn't go into their live the night before. You know, as we know now, who knows? I mean, because all the lies that came out that Gov has, you know, said and done and all that stuff, who knows where he was? And really at this point, you know, it really doesn't matter because the guy has been a fraud from what looks like his whole life. So, there's no, that's not even, that's not even something that I'm going to debate, because he's not who anybody thought he was. Okay. So they said, well, why did you drag us, the next day when you were in his live? Because you know that he doxed somebody. I'm like, what are you talking about? I hadn't heard that he had doxed somebody in September. Well, you were in our live, weren't you? And I said, no. I said, I watched the beginning, but when one of your friends was being called out because this other creator, this guy, was taking pictures of Tim and Angela when Tim was at work, following them around wherever they were. When I heard that person was tied in with this quote unquote awareness group, I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. How can you believe anything that these people are going to say about somebody when they had somebody in their circle that was stalking somebody and taking pictures? And you know what? I got the fuck out of that live, because at that point, I wasn't going to believe shit that they said. So the next day when Gov went on live, he had messaged me and said he was so pissed off. They had the live. He wasn't able to be in there and talk to them. And, they are smearing my name and this and that. So he went live, and I absolutely went up there in a box. Had I known that he had doxed people, because I hadn't seen anything on TikTok where he did it. I mean, I follow his account. I didn't see where he doxed anybody. Good morning, everybody. So I was in a box, and he was saying that it's a character assassination. They're trying to, smear my good name and everything I've accomplished. And I absolutely agreed with him. So when one of them said last night, well, you were sticking up for him still, even though he doxed me. Do your fucking research. I mean, they call themselves awareness, but yeah. I'm sure if it wasn't in their live, I know I made a video of this person who was stalking Tim and Angela and was taking pictures of them. And I know I made it clear that how wrong that was. But again, this is what the fucking problem is on this app. People open their mouths and say stuff, and it's not true. And you know what, Checkmate? That goes directly to you, because I'm going to show another video here where, now remember, after this happened, okay, Adam came in a box when I was there, okay? And what did he say? He said, awareness needs to work together. We need to share information with each other, we should be working together, rather than working against each other. Here's my question then. Can somebody answer this? Why didn't any of those people, after their live in September, send me anything? Why didn't they send me proof? Why didn't they send me a screenshot of where he doxed people. Because I'm going to tell you what, I don't spend 24/7 on this app. I don't search every single person that comes into my live or boxes to see if anybody said anything about them 3 weeks ago. Do I get like screenshots from people? All the time. All the time I get them. I get pictures. I got pictures from chat from their live last night, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about. But why is it that after that live, after they were so upset that I was sitting there still supporting guardians, if they know who I am, I have been saying for over a year and a half that doxing is a no-no. It is not good. Nobody should be doxed. Family members shouldn't be doxed. Nothing should be doxed. You shouldn't be calling family members. You shouldn't be calling jobs. But no. They assume that I was still okay with it because they showed it, and therefore they feel like since they had a live, everybody watched it. Guess what? Not too many people were there last night, of course, until I got in a box. Because then Florida Man and his goon squad came in. And you know what you guys in awareness allowed to happen over there? You guys in awareness allowed somebody in a box to be lied about in the chat over and over and over and over. And you know what you guys didn't do or your mods didn't do? You didn't mute anybody and you didn't block anybody. And that really had me wonder. You know why? Because when you do awareness on scammers, I'm assuming that if their friends come in and start saying things about you guys, I bet your mods block them or your mods mute them. But when there's an awareness creator in a box that has been blindsided by somebody you brought awareness to, where I was in a box thanking you guys for letting me know about that shit. You didn't even have the decency to mute anybody. Roland, I just invited you. Hi.
Hey,
What's up?
okay, I was in there when all that went down, and I thought it was absolutely crazy that how they just jump on and attack everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Were you in there when they had the Trollovision live?
I was not, no.
Okay, well, if anybody knows anything about that, I went in there for them to attack Trollovision. I sat there and I watched the whole thing, didn't say a word, didn't type anything in chat. But then I came up at that later on, very long after watching it, and I asked them, I said, because they were saying that Trollovision had taken money from somebody, and that then she bragged to them in private messages about buying alcohol and gummies.
You know what? I did hear that. I think I was on the outside listening, but yes, I remember that part. Yes.
Okay, good, because this is what happened. Now, isn't their mantra, oh my God, you can't believe anything that you hear. You have to have proof. Well, I asked them, I said, where's your proof that she did this? Well, first I got accused of being Trollovision, which I'm not. I don't know if they've ever heard her voice. I'm very country. I don't think there could possibly mix that up, but I've never heard Trollovision's voice. Anyway, I asked them for proof that she did this. Now, here's their excuse. Well, we can't put that out there because that was in private messages, when everything they showed in that live came from private messages. They attacked me nonstop and then they muted me. So how can you follow all their rules if you can't even speak to the gods of these rules of TikTok that I've never seen?
Right.
Has anybody
Right.
received their awareness rules or anything? I've never.
No, but you know what? Unfortunately, it is. There are some people that have been around doing awareness for a long time. And there are some people like Auburn, I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched him, you know, I came across him when I want to say when he used to sit with Cass or somebody like, I'm not even sure, like that side, but I've known who he is and, you know, I followed his videos. I think he is very, he's a straight arrow, but there are some people that have this inflated ego where they think that what they do is the right thing. And if everybody doesn't know who they are or do as they are, everybody else is wrong.
Well, I can't hardly even go in there, but I did want to hear about Gov, and I did want to hear about Trollovision because one of my good friends on here is very close to Trollovision, and she just couldn't even tolerate to go in there. It was just upsetting her too bad. So I went in there.
Yep.
I really had no dog in that fight at all. I just went in there to listen to see what they said. But how can they say that you have to have receipts for everything, but when you ask them for a receipt of something they say, you get lambasted? And the next thing they said to me was, Scam Opera, the Queen, she said, well, you like Gov. You hang with Gov. And I said, you know, I'm thinking to myself, because I can't say anything in the chat now because I'm
Right, because you're
muted.
muted. Yeah, of course.
Right, but I think, hey, y'all are the ones that put him up on this pedestal for everybody to think he's great and wonderful and all this. So where's y'all's responsibility in this? And I haven't heard a thing about Gov up until that night.
Of like 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Thank
they're
you.
like, well, you're all a Gov. And I'm like, I just heard this, and they're telling
Thank
you the
you.
whole time in there.
Thank you.
Don't take our word for it. Now, we're telling you this, but you take your time and you make up your own mind. Excuse me, I just heard this.
Exactly. And that's the point I was getting at. You know, for Adam to say, oh, we all need to get along and, you know, we need to share information. Yet they had this live in September and not a, pardon my French, not a fuck one of them sent me anything to show me what he's done. Nothing.
Well, I can't go in their lives because I can't tolerate all that kind of stuff. Now, talking about people been in awareness for a long time, I've been in awareness for a long time, but I'm stealth mode. I don't hang with nobody.
Right.
I have a few friends on here, but I do my work behind the scenes and I take it to people that are putting it out there. That's my job.
Yep.
I don't need to click with nobody. I don't need likes. I don't need anything. All my goal is when that person gets stopped from ripping people off, I get my just dues then.
Exactly.
That makes me happy, and that's all I need.
And there's
so
a lot of people that do that
and be perfectly happy.
And you know what? A lot of people do that where they work behind the scenes. I get screenshots all the time. I get clips. I get this and that. And if it wasn't for people like that, I wouldn't know what's going on half the time.
But
Because
see, to
you
them,
can't be
because we're
10
not over
places in
there
one.
in their little clique, we mean nothing. They don't know what we've done in the background here. And I don't feel any responsibility to tell them what I do because I don't look up to them. Who are they? And they
Right.
jump on the people that I really like. And I
Yep.
have a problem with that.
And
That's why I
I
don't go in
agree.
there.
I agree. And again, the other thing to me that was astonishing is this self-righteousness that they have where they feel that when they do a live, after that live, every single person on TikTok should know about what they've talked about. Everybody
I
in
don't
awareness should know what they've talked about. And if you didn't know it, they're like, well, you didn't know we do awareness? No, I don't listen to you. So how is everybody supposed to know what information you're putting out when most people don't even know who you are?
I don't go in their lives usually unless I have something I want to hear, and then I just sit there quietly. I might ask a question. But that's the first time I've ever just gotten completely lambasted, called television, called, a guardian follower when this has just come out. I'm still making up my mind. I'm still
Yep.
studying things on my own. I don't have to listen to what they say. I'm a pretty good investigator myself.
I can understand where you are in terms of the whole gov thing because I was absolutely blindsided like everybody was on here.
Yeah.
The only way that you're going to find out who this gentleman really is you have to know what his last name is. Okay. And I'm not going to say what it is, but that last name was accidentally said by somebody.
Yeah, I heard that.
Right. And that's the only way that.
Well, it's not like I talk to Gov every day. I did talk to
Right. Right.
Gov in DMs, and I had a lot of respect for the man because of his military service. Now, if that's not so, I'm not ready to make a big old snap decision on that because I might not talk to Gov for a week or two. It might all be true, but I plan on doing my own studying because just like they tell me, I'm not going to listen to a thing I hear. I'm going to find it out on my own.
Yep.
And I'm going to take my time to do that. It's not their right to tell me when I can make my own decisions.
Exactly. And you know what? That is your right to do that. Okay. And
See,
everybody.
I've watched you for years, and if they were to come to me, those people, and say that I should just immediately start hating you because they say so, no, ma'am. I'm going to put a lot of time and effort into finding out whether that's something I should actually do or not.
Yep.
I'm not a follower.
Yep. No, I agree with you on that. And, you do your research and, nobody can tell you what to do in terms of who to follow and all that. You know, I'm not even, people know what my opinion is. I'm not going to push that opinion on you. You do your own thing. But the only thing that I will say is please don't send anybody money on this app.
Won't do
That's
it,
it.
and
That's it.
I always show up to watch you when I see you on. I enjoy you,
Well, I
so
appreciate that.
I don't watch them live, and I don't watch them on YouTube if they've been recorded. So
Yeah.
really have nothing there unless there's something announced and I want to find out about it.
Yeah.
But if you will, just knock me down. That's all I
Hey,
wanted to
and
say. Thank you.
thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate it. Have a good day
Thank
and have a
you.
happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Oh, thank you for coming up. Now, again, getting back to what I was talking about before that. So, in awareness, you do lives. When you do lives on scammers and beggars, you're always going to get people that come in that support the people. And they come in there in the chat and, they'll say to the host, oh, you're lying. So-and-so's a good person. You made this up or you did this. And what happens? Mods or the hosts will, pretty much, tell them to shut up, mute them, block them, whatever. So again, I would like to have some type of understanding as to why. And this happened in 2 lives. This happened in Checkmate's live last night, and it happened in MJ's live the night before that, where how is it possible that they allow that in their chat during a live? Where there are people putting misinformation, first of all, allowing them to make false allegations, being just downright rude, but they allow that shit. That's not awareness. That's not awareness. I want to play a couple of things here just to kind of show what I'm talking about. Now, after I left last night, here comes the other bouncing ball, the bouncing ball of boxes, Bougie. So Bougie goes into the live. Okay? Let me play this. Now, the first thing I want to tell you is she made a comment. Well, Scammy said she knew Gov for over a year. Never said that. In fact, they played the audio of my live in September where I said to him, how long have I known you now? I was trying to figure that out. And I said, well, what's it been? Beginning of the year? A little less than a year? And he's like, yeah. So it's like this constant trying to find me guilty of something without having proof to show that I'm guilty of anything is getting tiresome. Let me play this. I want to play this audio of you. So this was last night.
Ago on another person.
Okay,
So
do you know
who Adam was?
do you know who Blast is?
No.
You don't know who that is?
She
does. Penny Fairy.
Oh,
You know who Penny
I've
Fairy is?
I've never been involved.
Okay, that's like saying you don't know who he is. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Well,
This was
you don't
this
know who
was
I am.
after this was after Adam was saying, "Oh, I've been doing awareness for many years and this and that," and I told him, I said, I really haven't heard of you, and I didn't want to be mean about it, but I mean, awareness to me are people that are on lives showing videos and talking about people. The only time, and I want to thank Bougie for letting me know this, because I do remember I was in his live over a year ago when we were talking about Florida Man. No, I apologize. No, we were talking about Pastor Petty. I do remember that. I didn't realize it was his live, but I do remember that Bougie and I went to a couple lives to discuss Pastor Petty. So let me keep playing this here.
I don't know who Auburn is. I never heard of him.
I mean, I knew who you were. Shit, I've been knowing who you are. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. And I said to her yesterday in a live, like, I don't understand how you, can do awareness on somebody when you can't even recognize a single red flag. And if you're gonna do it,
Bougie, you sit next to somebody who is a fucking red flag, but you still support him. So what's the big difference there? As soon as myself or anybody that supported him found out about Guardians of Valor, we disavowed him. And said we want nothing to do with him, and we blocked him. But yet you're still sticking up for Florida Man. And you sit in boxes with Florida Man. You want to talk about a big red fucking flag, bougie?
Right? And you're gonna you're not vetting anybody, but you're gonna vouch for them and allow them to. I mean, it was because of her narrative. We all got docs on his Facebook. He doesn't know who that.
So again, with that theory, bougie, that means because of your rhetoric, you are responsible for everything Florida Man does to people. I was not aware he doxed anybody until that live a couple nights ago. Because I don't follow him on Facebook. I never did. And let's be, as you would say, let's be for fucking real, Bouge. You could ask anybody who follows Florida Man and the Goon Squad. If Florida Man was in contact with anybody from his group of people, who do you think it would be? You don't think your name would come up? So again, you are talking about guilt by association. So if Guardians dox somebody on a fake Facebook page that I was not aware of, but I'm guilty of that, then you, Bougie, are guilty of everything that Florida Man has done. Keep that in mind.
We are. So it was interesting that because she wants to run with what she wants to, that he got all of our information and put it on his public platforms. Crazy to me.
Crazy, right?
So how many people that he came in her chat? How many people did he scam from over there?
Did he scam anybody from over here? You don't have to put it in the chat. If he scammed you, let me know. Because I haven't heard of one person. So, interesting.
Knows. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy that he was another account and a mod for somebody else for so fucking long. And nobody knew.
That he
You
was
get that?
involved in a fucking GoFundMe.
Okay, now see, now that's
Right. So
that's
that was my
checkmate.
other.
That's checkmate, okay? I think it's crazy that he was involved in a GoFundMe. He was not involved in the GoFundMe. For somebody who's in awareness, you need to do your fucking homework. How was he involved in the GoFundMe, checkmate? Like you said, show your receipts. And then she laughed. Just to kind of slam the door on the credibility over there, okay? So you have in the box, you have checkmate and you have rammer jammer, okay? I'm not sure of the date on this video, but I'm going to show you.
Big boxing you?
Florida Man,
Don't come after
rammer
me, Florida
jammer,
man. We'll be
checkmate.
showing no wieners.
I would never go after you. I think everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Now remember, these are awareness people. Awareness people, okay?
Thanks.
Part about Discord. So even if you just make a solo account and a
Thank
solo
you,
server
Diane.
by yourself, organize everything by person, by event.
Man, what the fuck?
Yeah,
So she's laughing. She's laughing. Somebody who does awareness is laughing at all the files that Mike has on everybody. Okay, so I'm looking at Smashley, Here for the BS, Zach, Victoria, Holly Mae, Maggie, Muffin Man, Gina, Ratina, all these people. This is awareness. Laughing at the fact that somebody like Mike has files on everybody. So is it a wonder now that Checkmate didn't try to stop all the rhetoric in her chat? Why aren't these awareness people calling out Mike? And if this was prior to the, as Bougie says, alleged incident in Florida. Why aren't they calling him out for anything? No, that's Mikey. This is Florida Man. Why aren't they calling him out? So they're not going to call him out with all the proof that's out there about him when he's in their box. But this person here is going to call people out without receipts and put false information out there. Make that make sense. Pammy, I heard your streaming. So let me. I want to hear what she said. You have literal files on people. Yeah, he does. And I didn't hear you say, you know what? Why do you have files on people? That's not right. You know, you shouldn't be getting personal information. You shouldn't be doxing people. You should. No, they didn't do it. Pammy, remember that you said you wanted truth? You wanted the proof out there. Here, I'll show you. Okay. Remember you said I didn't have anything? Here it is from Victoria. Here, I'll show you up close, Pammy, so you make sure you can read it. Victoria, I messaged Florida Man and told him Pam told me about Hamas, and I told you about Hamas, and that's why all of this stuff happened. Oopsie, scammy, Pammy. That was the first lie you said, and I proved that. Let me show you the second lie you said. Remember you said that... Remember you said Kimmy doxed me in there? No. Sorry. That's Sunshine. That's her name. And then that's all the stuff she posted, which was my information. Isn't that weird, Pammy? Isn't that weird? That's still the pink line. That's still Miss Sunshine. Oh, yeah, that's still her. Wow, Pammy, that sure looks like Sunshine's name and not Kimmy's, doesn't it? Another swing and a miss, Pammy. You're embarrassing yourself. Just stop. Really. So, needless to say, I was very disappointed last night in that live. And again, it would have been nice had I had gotten information sent to me regarding Gov back in September. Because up until a couple nights ago when that live happened, I was fucking blindsided just like everybody else. And then, why didn't you do research on them? I want to know how many people over there have done research and background checks of all the people that are in their boxes. And I'm going to tell you what, if you do that, you're fucking weird. I was listening to Florida Man in MJ's live last night. I would definitely not consider MJ somebody who is unbiased, because how MJ could equate no difference between Smash mentioning Florida Man's name and him calling the cops on her if she says his name is unbelievable to me. MJ would not say, well, yeah, what he's doing is wrong. I mean, I guess she finally said after that, well, if he does that, tell the cops, show the cops what's going on, and, do what you need to, and do the, and Smash said, for what fucking reason? It's not like, where he is, where the police could knock on his door where he works or to his house and give him anything and say, cut the shit or you're going to be arrested. And you guys know the shit that I've gone through with, police. Okay? 99% of the time, the police are not going to do anything about anything. Because what do they say? Well, it's social media, get off of it. So somebody threatens my life, and your answer to it is get off of social media. So you're supporting people that are making false allegations, making threats, and the police in many areas of this country, their answer is get off of social media. How about you hold the people accountable instead? How about you call people out for their bullshit rather, and I'm talking about a lot of people on here. Why don't you call people out for their bullshit and show the proof of the shit that they've done? Show the proof. That's the important thing. Show the proof of the things that they've done. But too many people on this app listen to what people say without a lick of proof. And yet there's still the sheeps, and there's still the sheep and the goon squads that go around to every live. And I laughed yesterday because Mike said that I stalk him all over TikTok. Bitch, bye. I went into 2 lives the past 2 days, and lo and behold, after I'm in there for 5 minutes, guess who shows up? Florida Man. So who's stalking who, Mike? Weirdo. And the final thing I'm going to say on this is this. Yes, Mike, I saw that video that you made about the Petty Pounder 5,000 or something. First of all, you made a little story video over the summer, okay, where I'm actually, I guess, the owner of the business now because I've been making them in my workshop for Christmas. So I'm not sure why you say I need one if I'm making them. But you know what? It's the holidays, Mike. I'm going to give you a limited time offer on them. Okay? I'm going to give you a buy one, get one free because I'm going to tell you what. You're going to need a petty pounder 5,000 because, you know, you're going to be going somewhere where you're going to need to get used to something real soon. And it might be a good idea to, number one, get one before then. Number two, it might release some of the stress and tension you have because you really kind of have been going off the rails the past couple weeks. I mean, you're losing your shit. You're windmilling, you're spitting facts out that have nothing to do with what people are talking about in a live. I mean, you're lying. Well, that's all the time. But, you know, I think for you, since you're full of shit, I think the petty pounder 6,000 would be good because since you're so full of shit, it is the largest one that's made. So you need that one. And I'm going to give you a discount if any of the goon squad that you have, because I'm going to tell you what, they seem to be a little triggered too. I've seen Monster going around into a lot of boxes, lying and all that. And lo and behold, what did she do? She was in Sean's favorited live a couple days ago. So I'm going to tell you what, Monster, you can get in on the deal because I honestly believe you need to release some of that stress you have. You really do because you're losing your shit over there and everywhere else. I find it very weird how Mike is so interested in what I do sexually. It is really weird. It is really weird. Besides lying about disgusting allegations that he's made for months now. And nobody calls him out on it. Nobody says, you got proof of that, Mike? No. Besides doing that, he's also, you know, keeps asking questions about sleeping arrangements in my house. Mike, you're fucking weird. Like, seriously, you need some help. You know, what I found is people that talk about shit like that, especially when it's about somebody else's life, you're fucking jealous of something. You really are. You really are. You need some help, Mike. That's all I'm going to say. So, I am, you know, with Thanksgiving coming up and Christmas and all that stuff, you know, and all the things, right, Pammy? All the things. I'm not going to waste my fucking energy on defending my character and my you know, myself. I'm not going to do it anymore because until they show a proof of anything, I'm not even going to comment on it anymore because it is exhausting proving these people wrong all the time. And it's got to be exhausting for the people that I keep proving wrong to keep swinging and missing. So I'm not going to be discussing it. You know, people that send me screenshots and all that of things that are being said, you know, I don't need the screenshots anymore. I'm not interested in them at all. You know, if something comes up that's serious, I'm sure I'll hear about it. And if I decide to comment on it, then I will. But I'm not going to defend something that they can't even prove. I'm not going to defend allegations anymore because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep track of the allegations. Because at this point, and I said this with Sean, okay? There is nothing wrong with putting the truth out there about somebody. Now, obviously, there's a fine line. I mean, there's some things you don't want to put out. And there's been more times than not, there's been more information that I have not put out about somebody because I won't cross that line. Like, for instance, addresses. I won't do that. But if you're telling the truth about somebody, like, for instance, Florida man has that warrant, which is the truth, which I've showed, there is nothing that you can get in trouble with legally when you tell the truth. But when you continue to make false allegations about people, and something stupid that Bougie would say was, well, Scammyclaus said she didn't like pizza, but, in a live from 2024 in October, she said she ordered pizza for dinner. I mean, that's not worth going after, But, the constant allegations that they keep making when it comes to terms with the GoFundMe money, and that I've spent it and then I gave it to somebody and then he had the GoFundMe, I didn't do the GoFundMe. I mean, all that bullshit and all the disgusting allegations that they've made about me. I am keeping track of that because you know what? That is illegal. That is illegal to put out false information that could be detrimental to somebody's, it could be slanderous. They're making disgusting allegations about me doing something with former students, which is absolutely illegal to do. So they could keep doing that shit. They can keep doing what they want. If something comes up and, they show a receipt, which will 99.9% be made up and a lie, kind of like that cheesy one that Mike made regarding the postcards he purchased, which he lied about, by the way, which Breezy proved was a lie, but no. The sheep over there still believed it and thought it was funny. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. The holidays are one of my favorite times of year. And I'm not going to let these fucking losers impact my family time and all that. I'll still be making videos, and hell, I'll still be going live. Absolutely. Come on, today's Shawnee's court date. He's probably in court right now. Darklight Puppet is going to court. He was all dressed up, ready to do the thing today. He said he's going to go on live later and give an update on what happened. Hell yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Hell yeah, I'm going to be chilling with people in boxes and yucking it up. But what I'm not going to do is I am not going to be emotionally and energetically sucked dry by these people, because they are absolutely 100% not worth it. They could go in their festering cesspool of lies, and they can continue to say the same lies over and over again. And that's how they want to spend their days and nights. Go for it. Enjoy it. And there's one more thing that I want to talk about, okay? Because I am so fucking sick and tired of Bougie talking about the GoFundMes and how I pocketed the money and how I did that and how I did that. And Governor has the money and Scammy has the money and she's buying Christmas gifts. So everybody that donated to that GoFundMe after Thanksgiving, I would say most likely this weekend, I will be looking at all the people's accounts who donated, okay? And I am going to be sending those donations back. And I'm going to keep track of how much money comes out of my account to pay these people back. Because that is going to be one less thing that anybody can say that I did that was questionable. So I will be doing that. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way? So I just went to the garage. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I want to make sure. Okay, good. So this weekend, I will be sending back all of the GoFundMe money. Now, I will still be offering up that $2,000 out of my pocket because I'm not backing down on my word that I said. And I said that I would be offering that much money. So the $2,000 reward for information will still be, I'm not giving in to him, Jay Grandma, not at all. I'm still offering the money. I'm still offering the money. Are you kidding? $2,000 as an investment to have Mike take accountability for the shit that he did to this guy in Florida and to fucking get him off of TikTok? Hell yeah. $2,000? That's nothing. $2,000 is peace of mind. $2,000 is a smile and a sigh of relief on hundreds of people. So yes, absolutely. I will be sending that money back. I have never done a GoFundMe, so I don't even know how to do that, but I'm going to figure it out this weekend. But I will be sending out, I will be sending back all of those donations, and I will still be offering up to 2,000. So how are you going to fucking spin that one, Bougie? How are you going to spin that one? Oh, well, she got the money back from Gov. Oh, well, she paid Gov that money, but now she's paying another 2,000. Go fuck yourself, Bougie. You may do that because you spend your husband's money. But the way that you can spin that one is y'all can get a really large cactus, sit on it, and spin. That's how you can spin it. So I will say this again to everybody who's listening on the outside and in here. If somebody says something and they don't show any proof, don't believe them. And if you ask them to show proof and they don't believe them. Did you mean to come up the BS?
Yes, I did.
Hey,
If it's okay, I would like to say something about Checkmate and that group. I
sure.
watched the live that they did. Well, first they started out with calling out Just Stop Already for doxing. And I was quite disappointed about that because I felt, awareness should have handled that behind the scenes
Behind the scenes.
because
Thank you.
that was giving a step up to the scammers for something to talk about, right? And
Exactly.
then they held the live about guardians doxing somebody. And I watched that one as well. But what they did not say in that live scammy is that he was a fraud and a scammer himself. So when Guardians held his own live the next day and you were in the box, I was one that fell for the crap too because he had an excuse that seemed reasonable as to why he gave Tim Just Curious's name because
Exactly.
Just Curious was following him around town
And
and
taking
Tim needed
pictures.
that. Yes, and Tim needed that to file with the police, okay?
Exactly.
He didn't just out of the blue decide to email Tim and give him, different creators' names. That's not what he did. So he had what seemed to be a reasonable excuse as to what he did. Okay,
Exactly.
they did not bring awareness that he was a fraud and a scammer that same night. So nobody knew. That's
Yep.
why we all still kind of backed Guardians up until just recently when they did that live, a couple days ago,
Couple
3
nights
days
ago.
ago.
Yep.
Right. And since then, everybody has been like in shock, complete shock. But what I am even more upset about, Scammy, is that they call out Just Stop Already, who's part of awareness. They called out Guardians. They've called out Trollovision. They're calling out their own people, but where have they called out Florida Man for doing the same thing, if
Exactly.
not worse?
And Florida Man was in the chat both times. And
Correct.
they could have easily said something about it, but they won't.
No, and they let him in their boxes and they were laughing like you just showed that video. They were chatting it up, and we were upset about that when that happened. The first time that Florida Man and his whole crew went in there. I'm sorry, but there's a lot of people that are too scared to speak in that chat when those people are in that chat.
Well, after last night's live, the first live they did on Gov, as I said, I thank them for that because they put out a lot of information which allowed myself and some others. I'm not going to put names out there because I don't want to do that. We were able to find more information that they didn't put out that solidified it absolutely to us. What they were saying was true. To me, the credibility of the people in that group is no longer there. Number two, I laugh because they say, well, don't you do research on the people that you sit with? Weren't they sitting with the guy that was taking pictures of Tim and Angela?
Absolutely correct.
And weren't they sitting with Trollovision?
Absolutely.
So obviously they didn't do their research, did they?
And they also sat with Just Stop Already, who they then called out.
Yeah.
And they upset me a lot. They really did, because I think they've brought down some of the awareness community because they always talk about the right way to do awareness.
Exactly.
But if you don't do awareness the way they feel is right, then you're not true awareness.
Exactly. You're wrong the way you do it.
Correct. And I
So-
think that's crap too, because everybody that does awareness is they're an individual. They do it how they feel like they want to do it. I've been a part of awareness for probably as long as you have, Scammy. I have been one to create accounts to go into those lives and message people, to warn people. And I have gotten a lot of good responses back, and I have saved people from
Yep.
being scammed. And it disappointed me to my core to see what they are doing. And especially the nail in the coffin was letting Florida Man up in that box.
Yep. And, I have to say, Adam and I did talk. We DM'd each other on TikTok. And that's the way you do it. But again, and I'll say it again, why didn't any of them reach out to me in September after that first live to show me the proof that they had? Nobody reached out.
No, but they wanted to blame you. Why didn't you reach out to them? Well, if they're the ones that had the information and they knew, they should have been the ones to reach out to the other awareness creators.
Am I supposed to reach out to every creator and say, hey, do you have any information on this person? Hey, do you have any information on this person? I mean, when I have information that somebody needs to know, I send it to them, in a DM. Like, hey, this person's doing this, be careful, whatever. But not them, but they'll call out people. I think a lot of it, again, is they think that when they do awareness, everybody finds out about it. And that's not the case. You know, they have this idea that when they talk, everybody hears them. And that's, again, not the case. As soon as I heard in that live that that person was taking pictures of Tim and Angela and that they were friends with them, I was like, fuck this. I'm not going to believe anything they say.
No,
Because
that
they are
guy.
sitting with somebody who does shitty things that we all in awareness say you shouldn't be doing.
Yes, and they encouraged it, Scammy. Like my wife said, they encouraged it. They had no problem when that guy was following Tim and Angela around. They had no problem when he was taking pictures of their car in the motel parking lot where they were. They had no problem when that guy went to his work when he was working and doing a job like everybody says. We want them to work, right?
Yep.
He went to his work, bought something, went to his register, and as he was checking him out, took a picture of him.
Followed him in the McDonald's parking lot.
Yeah, followed
Yep.
him in McDonald's parking lot. Like, this is crazy. And they had no problem with it
Yep.
until it was a problem.
Yep. Exactly. It's
So,
crazy. It's crazy. And, you know, I thought, you know, I am very reactionary. Okay. I wasn't going to say anything and I wasn't going to do anything about it. And last night I really wanted to go live immediately because I was heated. I was heated last night after that live, especially after I started getting screenshots of the stuff that people were saying in the chat. But I didn't do it because I wanted to take some time and, you know, number one, figure out, is this something I should even do? And if I was going to do it, I kind of wanted bat it around in my head of what I wanted to say and all that. And when I woke up this morning, I said to myself, no, this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. You know, they talk about people being hypocrites. They're hypocrites and they have to be called out for it.
absolutely.
Because
I
unlike
agree.
them, they knew what the guy was doing, taking pictures and all that. Unlike me, who had no clue what Guardians was doing. It's ridiculous.
Yes, it is. I want to thank you, Scammy, for letting me come up here because I have been wanting to say that for a while. But I will not take a box anywhere where Florida Man sits.
No way.
So I want to thank you for letting me come up here. I will drop down, but thanks again for letting me say what
No
I've
problem.
been
Thanks
wanting to
for
say.
coming up. Thanks for coming up. Stop the BS. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Scammy. How are you?
I'm good, Kimmy. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I just want to come up and say that, Pam, you have me blocked and you're over there talking so much crap about me. Um, why you would block me and do that is unreal. Don't you want people to interact with you? Didn't you always say that you never block people you're going to talk on? So, keep talking. And also, there was never a page made on Scammy's parents. That information was put out in a live with Sunshine while you sat in the box with her clapping for it. There was people that left the mod chat because you were asking for information on people and they felt uncomfortable. So quit trying to put that crap on me. I never did any of that stuff. That was you behind the scenes. So keep talking your shit. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you're making yourself look worse every day.
And you know, I don't know if you were in here at the beginning of the live, but when I heard Snarky was streaming me, I showed again those receipts that she said I've never showed, even though I've showed them. You know, especially the one with what Victoria said, and I showed the Snapchat of where she had said you were the one who put the information out, but indeed it was Miss Sunshine, and Miss Sunshine has admitted it.
Yeah, I
So
don't know why she keeps dragging me into it. I did nothing to that woman except for walk away from her. I did not want anything to do with her after the whole thing, Hamas thing came out with Victoria. Um, I walked away, and that's all I've done.
how is she trying to windmill on the fact that Victoria put that information out, and I do have that screenshot and I posted it. How is she windmilling now? Because aren't she and Victoria friends again?
Oh yeah, they're great friends. So I mean, what is she saying? Like, is Victoria a liar?
Well,
Because
that's my point. I mean, is she okay with the fact then that Victoria lied on her, and because of what she said, there is, this investigation going on? I mean, that's the person she should be blaming it on.
exactly, and when all that information came out, that's when she took a hiatus. When
Oh yeah.
Victoria told that information to Sunshine, that's when she decided to take a hiatus.
Yep.
And, people were trying to get in contact with her. She wasn't returning messages. And then when she did, her message back to me was, I told somebody something and they spread it around the app. So that was her telling Victoria about Hamas.
Yep. But that never happened according to Snarky.
Exactly. So,
Hmm.
all I ask, if you're gonna, talk about me,
She says you're
unblock
on
me.
block now. People in the
Oh,
chat
okay.
are saying. So you are more than welcome to go over there and rip her a new one because she is wanting to be bitch slapped around again. So
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me up, Scammy. I appreciate it. Thank you for, showing the receipts and all of that because, I don't really have a platform. So,
I know.
and for her to
And
be
and and
talking about me like this.
I want to say too, there was again false information they were spreading about. Oh well, Scammy let Kimmy, had Kimmy in a live to let her talk bullshit and this and that. No, that's not at all it happened. If you remember, you were going live, and because of the fact you didn't have a lot of people that came to your lives because you don't go live, I said to you, why don't you come over and you can use my platform and you can have a live on mine because it'll get out, the truth will get out to more people. So it was nothing that was pre-planned. Um,
Exactly. I went live and I had I think 6 people in
right.
there
I remember
and
that.
I was on there for like 10 minutes and I don't go live. I've never been live, but you offered your platform and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. Because I just wanted to get everything out, my
Yep.
story.
Yep. And that's exactly why I did it. And, again, this is the problem though, Kimmy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you show proof. It doesn't matter if you show that people are lying. It doesn't matter what you do because there are some people, and we know that Snarky is involved with a bunch of people that don't believe that showing any proof makes it true. They go on what people say rather than backing up what they say with proof. So, it's futile because you know what the truth is. I posted the truth. I've even said that, Miss Sunshine, behind, the TikTok streets had apologized to me. And I accepted her apology. It doesn't mean that I'm happy about it. They want to keep saying that I sit with Miss Sunshine. I don't go into her lives. Sunshine doesn't come into my lives. So they can keep saying what they want. All you have to know, Kim, is what you know is the truth. And all I know is I know what's the truth. And I am comfortable with that. And the people that know me and have been following me around now, it'll be 2 years in February, know that I always have the proof.
Exactly. And I've sent you what I've had, and I know Sunshine has sent you what she has. So
Yep.
that's all I really care about, is that you know that I did not do anything like that. Um, Pam can lie. Pam can say I made pages, I did this and I did that. Where's the proof? There was no
Exactly.
pages made. There was no
Exactly.
pages made. The only thing that happened was Sunshine put it out in a live, and Pam sat next to her clapping for it. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is at this point, but I just wanted to come up here because I know she's streaming you. She has me blocked and she wants to talk about me.
Well,
So,
she unblocked you now, so if you do indeed want to go over there, I say go over there and say your piece. Although just be prepared, okay? She's
yeah.
gonna scream over you. Let me give you an idea. Kimmy, I know you're lying, and nobody's going to listen to you because we know that you are a very bad fucking bitch, cunt,
Don't
dirty
forget the whore.
cunt,
Whore.
whore. Ooh,
Yeah.
blow. There. Have a good day,
All
Kimmy.
right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye bye. You know what else? I was just thinking about it, about the GoFundMe. You know what else is really weird? Isn't it funny how Mike said that he was the beneficiary of the GoFundMe and that he was going to get that money, yet um, I'm giving the money back? Isn't that weird? How does that work? How does that work, Mike? How did you get the money as a beneficiary, yet I still have the money? Because, oh, I know, that's why, because we proved you wrong on that too. But no, the sheep, keep following him. Keep following him. Follow him, because he tells the truth, right? Okay. Let's hear what Snarky's lying about today. Keep following him. Follow him, because he tells the truth, right? Okay. Let's hear what Snarky's lying about today. Keep following him. Follow him, because he tells Hey, girl, what up? Hey, girl, what up? What's the matter? Cat's got your tongue there, Snark, huh? Cat's got your tongue, Snarky? Snark, did you see the proof that I've been posting since, I don't know, September? Did you see it finally? Do I need to draw a picture like I had to do for 50? Do you understand it now?
You didn't post. The only thing you posted proof of was a conversation.
A conversation with your best friend.
When she said she didn't post your parents, but I was there.
Show the proof. Show the proof, fucking Pam. Show the proof. I have proof that Sunshine did it and I showed it. You show the proof that Kimmy did it. Let me guess, you don't have screenshots of it because it didn't fucking exist. And can you tell me something, Pam? How is it that you can't, well, let me say it so you can understand it. How is it that you can forgive Victoria for saying that there was somebody that was connected to Hamas? And she sent that information to Florida Man and to others when it didn't fucking happen. But yet, you're still friends with Victoria. Make that make fucking sense. And all the things. All the things.
Why would I be mad at Victoria
Oh, let's go. Windmill.
for being mentally and emotionally manipulated by a psychotic drunk?
She heard it from you. She heard it from you. Do you want me to read the screenshot again, you moron? Because I will. How could she be mentally manipulated? Okay? How can she be mentally manipulated when she said you told her? She didn't say Sunshine told her. She said you told her. I'll read it for you. I messaged Florida man and told him Pam told me about Hamas. And I told you about Hamas. And that's why all of this stuff happened. It was from Victoria. Victoria's words. She didn't say, Miss Sunshine told me. She said, Pam told me. And in the screenshot I have, it is obvious Victoria is highlighted in blue and Sunshine is in pink. Do you want me to show it again, ya moron? Here it is. Victoria, she's in blue. She's in blue. And I'll show you the original where it doesn't say that, but in the pink is Sunshine. So how is it that Sunshine was affected by somebody who, what did you say, was mentally unstable or emotionally unstable? Because if she did, that would be you that was emotionally or mentally unstable. Stop the windmilling. Stop. It's fucking embarrassing. How are you going to explain that, you weirdo?
Victoria's position. Am I disappointed? Yes. I am not even going to front. Horribly disappointed in both Breezy and Victoria. Could I put the blame on them? Absolutely not.
Oh,
Why would I hold that against them when it was a conversation that we had?
So you did tell them that somebody in Hamas was involved.
Are you picking it up? Sunshine was the problem. Sunshine and Unhinged were in fact the fucking problem.
But you told them that Hamas was involved.
That sat and conspired and made all the stories up to take to the group.
But Victoria said you told her, Pam.
You, Scammyclaus, are the one that does not know what the fuck you're talking about.
Sure, Pam.
If you don't remember, I was in fact there.
Sure, Pam. So is she lying now?
Deactivated.
So is she saying that she didn't tell Victoria or she did?
Who deactivated? Oh, well, it's probably smart. Who deactivated? Oh, Hazel, look, Hazel's in there. Hazel, you should come to my live. We have things to talk about. Who deactivated? Oh, Hazel, look, Hazel's in there. Hazel, you should come to my live. We have things to talk about.
So Pam, clear this up. So what you're saying, if I can get this straight, okay, is that you didn't tell a group of people that somebody was involved with Hamas? Is that what you're saying? A group of people that somebody was involved with Hamas? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So Victoria lied, is what you're saying, because it flat out said that Pam said it. So Victoria's lying? Flat out said that Pam said it. So Victoria's
Oh, yeah, she is breezy.
flat out said that Pam said it. So Victoria's
Oh, yeah, she is breezy. My husband is not abusive, nor have I ever said that. You're a liar. Well, I'm not even going to go crazy about that because we all know that Sunshine's a liar. have I ever said that. You're a liar. Well, I'm not even going to go crazy about it.
You notice how she didn't answer that question? You notice that? So either Pam did say that or Victoria is lying. So which one is it? Oh, she paused.
Good morning.
Good morning, Truthy.
I just wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow you're going to be cooking
Damn right I am.
and playing Christmas music.
And you know what? For you young whippersnappers, I'm going to play more updated Christmas music also. Because you may not know who Perry Como is. Or you may not know who Paul Anka is. Now, to be fair, Truthy, those people were before my time. But that was the Christmas music that I grew up on because that's what my parents played.
You know, lucky for you, I do know those people because of my mom.
Yep. That's what it's all about, though. That's what the holidays are about. It's, you know, bringing back, you know, some of your past, especially, you know, with my age, when you're younger, you know, my parents aren't around anymore. It's really kind of the only way I can bring, you know, them back as part of the holiday, you know? So, you know, that I've done that every year, but yeah, so 11 a.m. tomorrow. You know, I am going to need some people, if people don't mind. I would like some people, if they are cooking, to grab boxes and put their camera on so we have multiple people cooking at the same time. I would also love if somebody could help me out, because since I'm going to be doing so much and not being able to look at the comments all the time, if, you know, there are some people during that live that would be willing to jump in a box.
Can I volunteer as tribute?
Yes, you can. And I appreciate that. And I know you're busy tomorrow. I know you're going to be, you know, busy for some of the day, and I wish you luck on that.
But, yeah, it's just a checkup. I'll be in and out.
But, you know, I would love if there'd be people that could come up and, you know, if there's any comments that I need to be aware of, if you can just kind of read them off so I can, you know, continue to do what I'm doing in the live and all that. I would really appreciate it. So I would appreciate that.
Okay,
definitely.
so 11 your time is 10 my time, right?
Yeah, 11 my time, 10 central. It'd be 9 mountain, and it would be 8 o'clock West Coast time.
I will definitely be here.
Now, let me tell you something, Judge. If you start giving me shit for the way I'm cooking, I will drop your ass so hard you will be concussed. You got it?
Make sure you wash them hands.
I can see now, Scammy, you're not whisking it enough. Scammy, you didn't knead the dough long enough. It's supposed to be 7 minutes. You only did it for 6 minutes and 45 seconds, you bitch. Fuck you, Scammy. God damn it, you're going to kill everybody with your food. Jesus.
I will be here with my best behavior tomorrow.
Yeah, I doubt that, but I hope you're not on your best behavior, because you're really more fun when you're not on your best behavior. So
you just threatened me that if I come in and act up, I'm going to be dropped.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do that because it's the holiday season.
Well, you couldn't do that because you're too old to cook and drop me at the same time.
Exactly. I mean, you know, there's only, with all my arthritis, you know, I have a hard time with that. So, you know, what are you going to do? But yes, that's tomorrow at 11. You know, it's going to be very laid back. Come in when you can, you know, it'll be fun. I'll be on anyways, because I remember I did this last year, and, you know, it is daunting when you've got like 10 things that you've got to prepare for the next day. And I remember last year it went by so quickly, and it was a lot of fun. So, you know, I hope people join and show us what they're doing also. But yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah, you know, I will definitely come in, but I wanted to remind everybody about your cooking tomorrow.
Well, I appreciate that, Truth. Thank you. And you know what? I'm going to say this. You know, thank you for coming up and having some laughs. I am not even going to stream Truth right now because I am in a good mood. I feel good after this live. I got a lot off of my chest. I don't want to stream her and give her any airtime. If people want to listen to her from the outside, go for it. But I don't really give a shit what she says. You know, I've already proved her wrong twice again today. I've hit my quota for her, so it's all good. Now, one other thing, keep an eye open for Dark Light Puppet because he is going to court today and he will be there on the side against Sean. And he did say that when he is back, when he gets home after court, he is going to come on and he's going to say what happened. So everybody keep their eyes open for that. I'm looking forward to that. Truth, are you going live?
I will be live in a little while. I have to go pick up stuff for Thanksgiving because we're going to do it on Saturday
Oh, good.
instead of Thursday. So that's
Good.
why I'll be available on
Awesome.
tomorrow and Thursday.
So when are you going to cook?
I'm going to cook on Saturday.
Oh, cool. So you're going to go live and do that?
Yeah, I probably will, honestly.
Okay, good. Now, are you going to make some boudin?
No, I'm not going to make boudin, but we are doing green bean casserole, turkey, ham, deviled eggs, dinner rolls. Like, we're doing a lot of things.
Oh, good. I can't wait to watch.
Oh, and I'm doing the little smokies too.
You mean Sean?
Girl, bye.
Bye. Guys, listen, have a wonderful rest of the morning for 5 minutes on the East. Have a wonderful day. It is so important, you know, and I've gone through this in various times on this app. It is so important to keep your head straight, and it's okay to step away from the bullshit every so often, you know. It is not necessary to come on lives and to just sit and constantly bash and bash and bash and bash and bash people. It is okay to post content other than bashing people. It is. And I know for myself, I need to do more of that because we all need that. We all need that. I'm missing something here. Hold on. I'm scrolling up. He said 8 p.m. CST tonight, by the way. Oh, okay. He made it sound like right when he got back from court, he'd be coming on. So I would say still keep your notifications on just in case, you know, because he might come on a little earlier just to give a quick update on what happened. So, but I'm going to get off here because I got things to do to get ready to do my thing tomorrow. I will be on the tickety-tockety streets. I will probably be listening, I'm sure I will, to what Scammy Pammy is windmilling about right now because I do need a good laugh. I'm not going to lie. I do. So listen, have a good one. I will talk to you guys soon. If you have any questions on anything, let me know. And again, the people that did donate to the GoFundMe, I will be reaching out to you this weekend. Again, I don't know what information that I have from the people that donated. Like, I don't know if I can just click a button and send the money back. So, I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to look at that over the weekend and reach out to everybody. And I will be sending all of the GoFundMe donations back because, I'm sick of the false narrative of the money is going everywhere but what it says. But again, I'm still going to offer that $2,000 because to me, $2,000 out of my own pocket is an investment in a clear mind and an investment in a better TikTok existence. It is able to let a business owner have closure on a terrible point in his life. And I have no problem with paying that out of my own pocket. So, you know, I will talk to you guys. Have a good one. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.